Before installing the Automic Automation Connector for AAI, there is a need to install a Java JDK. During this class, I will use the Adopt Open JDK version 11. Once the JDK is installed and the connector installation media is downloaded, unzip the package. The package contains the connector jar file, a default application YAML file, an RPM, an exe, and a text file. During this class, the installation is being performed on a Linux machine, so I will install using the RPM. Following the RPM execution, a message is displayed. This provides the steps to complete the installation. In addition to installing the connector, the package will create a new Linux user, Automic Connector, and a new Linux group, Broadcom. Before proceeding with these instructions, create the log file and amend its ownership and permissions. Once this is complete, continue with the instructions on the screen. The connector's configuration script needs to be executed as the newly created user and will prompt for the information related to the AAI system. The connector supports TLS connections to both AAI and Automic Automation. In this case, I will use user credentials and hit enter to skip this section of the install. Enter the Automic Automation Intelligence server URL. Assign the connector with a name. This name will be the identifier used when defining the Automic Automation client within AAI. Enter the hostname of the connector machine. As I'm not using TLS, I will press enter to skip the connector key password. Next, enter the AAI user credentials that you wish the connector to use. In this class, I am using credentials used solely for the Automic Automation connector. If you wish, the default admin user credentials can be used here and then updated by rerunning the configuration script at a later time. Lastly, enter the AAI user domain of the credentials previously provided. The connection to the AAI server will be verified, and I'm ready now to take the next step. When the connector is installed, a service will be created. I will use this service to start the connector and then check the service status. The connector is now running, so I will check the log. I can see that the connector is now attached to Automic Automation Intelligence and has retrieved 0 schedulers. This is expected. I have not yet defined the Automic Automation system within AAI. To do this, I will visit the AAI web server and launch the next generation UI. Click on the System heading at the top left of the screen to show a system summary and the currently connected schedulers. To add the Automic Automation scheduler, click on the blue plus icon. Now we can define the Automic Automation system. Provide the scheduler with a name. This will be assigned within AAI as the scheduler identity. Check the scheduler type is set to Automic Automation and check the time zone. Expand the connector list and choose the name of the connector that was entered during the connector installation. Next, enter the details of the Automic Automation system. The Automic REST API user must have read and executions access within Automic. AAI will refresh the Automic job definitions at the time selected. It is possible to refresh every 30 minutes. Under Advanced Settings, there is the ability to set projected start times, initial historic data load, event polling, Automic API timeout, and job definition retry delay. Click Add Scheduler. The new scheduler is now added to the list of already connected systems. There are icons that can be used here to edit, show, and delete the scheduler definition. To verify that AAI is receiving data from the Automic system, log in to the AAI THIC client. Navigate to the Admin tab and then to the Schedulers page. The new system can be found here. Verify that the last run processed, the job definitions updated, and the active jobs columns are all populated. Optionally, another verification can be performed using the Job Search tool. Here is an example of how this can be achieved. Thank you for watching.